I'm Brad Grimes with ISC, and I've got Robert here with me from Rigaku. Tell us a little bit about Rigaku.
Well, we're the energy dispersive division for Rigaku Corporation. Our group is based out of Austin, Texas. We're called Applied Rigaku Technologies. We design, manufacture, and distribute globally energy dispersive X-ray fluorescence spectrometers. The division or the corporate office in Japan, they primarily focus on wavelength dispersive and X-ray diffraction. So our focus is energy dispersive. We've got a series of products, which includes benchtop and process analyzers that are used to determine the elemental composition of a client's product or process. These products are used in a wide range of applications. Some of the markets we sell them into include petroleum, chemical, agriculture, food, metals, etc. So pretty broad range of use. Okay.
Perfect. And you guys have been working with ISC for over 10 years. What do you look for in a good distributor when purchasing technical products?
Well, obviously the reliability of the product. Lead time in many cases becomes critical depending upon what type of turnaround we have on the project. And then obviously good technical support is number one. Our history with ISC actually dates back 20 plus years. The core group here, we used them at some other companies and stuck with them throughout the years. They've always treated us well.
Great. So what challenges made you seek out the Haslock Vortex AC as a solution for your application?
Well, the Vortex, once again, extremely reliable, but many times we have to meet the customer's price expectations while maintaining their area classification requirements. And when we start looking at other means of cooling our enclosures, the cost of the classified air conditioners, cabinet mounted air conditioners, and so forth can be cost prohibitive. So the ISC Vortex line gives us a good balance of reliability, cost, cooling capacities, etc., that we need for specific projects. So that's why we went down the path of the Vortex in many cases.
Great. Hey, Robert, can you explain, what does the next OL process element analyzer do, and how is it distinctive from the competition?
Well, it gives the client a means of looking at their process real time. So what companies normally do, they'll go grab a sample, or they'll periodically take a sample, or they'll sample their process at the beginning and at the end and analyze it on a benchtop system, similar to what we have. What the OL does is give them a means of looking at that product from start to finish, real time throughout the entire process. It allows them to catch things such as upset conditions, you name it, or to go into what we call full closed loop control, where they're taking the feedback from our device and adjusting their process real time versus making periodic adjustments.
Got you. How do you view the market demand for the next OL?
Well, as more groups are moving towards full automation, having an inline system and having a real-time view of their process throughout the entire batch, or whether it's continuous process, having that view of it real-time, continuous, that demand's going to go up. I mean, people are looking for tighter controls. They're trying to save on chemicals. They're trying to avoid product rejection, etc. So we see the demand going up with time as people are trying to get into more automation.
Yeah, perfect. And then what benefits do the Vortex Haslock coolers offer compared to other available technologies?
They, obviously they're robust, no maintenance requirements. And once again, I kind of describe it as BTU per dollar. If you look at the cost of a Vortex versus the cost of some of the other alternatives, they're a much less expensive option for many of the groups that we deal with.
Are there any further product developments in the pipeline for Rigaku?
Absolutely, that's ongoing. We We are constantly adapting our technology. We have a core technology that we're adapting to the needs of the industry. So for example, we recently released a unit for silicon release coatings that we're now adapting to meet the needs of the battery and fuel cell market. So it's an ongoing process. There's always a new application that it can be applied to. So then we repackage as necessary.
How do you feel that or view the current trends impacting Rigaku?
I think you know, the lack of travel and the ability to go on site and demonstrate equipment, et cetera, has forced a lot of groups to go down the virtual path. But we were fortunate. We went down that path over 15 years ago. We've been doing virtual demonstrations and virtual installations of many of our systems, supporting our clients globally for many years. So the transition for us was not as painful as it has been for some of the others, but it still has been a challenge.
Yeah, I hear you. And then what does the future hold for Rigaku?
Well, you know, I'm going to go back to, you know, as more groups are looking to fully automate their process, that also includes the quality control and monitoring what's happening real time. And so I think with our line of benchtop and inline systems, you know, we have the flexibility to meet the future demands, and we see our markets growing and expanding, you know, over the next 5 to 10 years substantially.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Robert, I appreciate your time this morning, spending just a little bit, talk about Vortec and your application and Rigaku. This is Robert, again, with CEO of Rigaku, and I appreciate it very much, and it's great to hear from you.
Absolutely. I appreciate the time and the opportunity.